Then there was another rumor that she was not only pregnant, but potentially pregnant by a young baller, basketball player.
A young baller.
That was the quote that was in the news. It said a young baller. I'm assuming they meant basketball.
We've all heard about Vanessa Bryant's alleged pregnancy, with reactions spreading across social media. What we didn't expect was Vanessa being called out by none other than Shaq, a longtime family friend and sports brother to the late Kobe. What Shaq said didn't just implicate Vanessa, but also the new baller she's allegedly been spending time with. Let's get to it. Vanessa under fire again. Shock, Vanessa's IG live and the internet broke in half. Because in a moment that no one could have scripted, not even Hollywood's best writers, Shaquille O'Neal, the NBA titan, the cultural giant, the man who once promised to look after Kobe Bryant's daughters like his own, decided to go live on Instagram just to confront Vanessa Bryant about her alleged pregnancy. Yes, you heard that right, a public confrontation in front of thousands, with millions watching the clips afterward, and the topic? Her womb. The first rumblings started innocently enough, barely noticeable under the avalanche of everyday celebrity gossip, a handful of fan pages, whisper threads on Reddit, and random IG comments. Was Vanessa Bryant pregnant? At first, no one took it seriously, but then one photo began circulating across blogs, Vanessa wearing a flowing summer dress at a private Malibu brunch, laughing with friends, her hand casually brushing what appeared to be a slight curve in her abdomen, a curve that wasn't there in previous pictures. Suddenly, the whispers turned into roars. And then the bombshell headline started to hit, Vanessa Bryant sparks pregnancy rumors after public appearance. Sources claimed she's been spending time with a young NBA player. Kobe would be turning in his grave. The comments were brutal and relentless, some called her disrespectful, others labeling her with slurs, as if her body, her healing, her grief, and her timeline had anything to do with public opinion. But the worst part, it wasn't the fans. It was people who knew her. People like Shaq. Now, before we get into the Instagram live that would set the internet ablaze, you need to understand the foundation Shaq and Vanessa shared at Kobe Bryant's funeral. Shaq stood up and said these words.
I'll be sure to teach Natalia, Bianca, and Baby Capri all your moves, and I promise I will not teach them my free throw techniques.
He didn't just joke about Kobe, he promised the world he'd look after his family. So, when Vanessa was hit with vile rumors from the darkest corners of the internet, fans assumed Shaq would step in, defend her, and be her shield. Instead, he went live. And when that red live badge popped up on Shaq's Instagram, the chat immediately filled with fans asking about the swirling rumors of Vanessa Bryant being pregnant by a younger NBA player. Shaq didn't dodge the questions, he addressed them head-on, making it clear that if the rumors were true, he would be deeply disappointed. In his eyes, Kobe's legacy wasn't just about basketball, it was about the values he stood for, the image he left behind, and the respect owed to his memory. For Shaq, the idea of Kobe's widow being romantically involved with a much younger player, let alone allegedly carrying his child, felt like something that could tarnish that legacy in the public eye. He framed it as more than gossip. To him, it was a matter of loyalty to a man he considered family. But according to insiders, Vanessa didn't see it that way. In private, she was said to be upset that Shaq had given oxygen to the rumors at all, especially on such a public stage. Those close to her claimed she viewed his comments as judgmental and unnecessary, particularly given the personal battles she's fought to protect Kobe's name over the years. Privately, she voiced her frustration, calling out every man who tried to police her healing while being absent during her pain. Where were they when she sat through court hearings over crash site photos being leaked by sheriffs? Where were they when Nike released Gigi's shoes without her consent? And where was Shaq when the world moved on and she was left to carry Kobe's legacy alone? And here's the thing, she's right. Vanessa has carried the Bryant name on her back. She sued sheriffs for leaking crash scene photos, spoken at public memorials, kept Kobe's foundation alive, and fought for justice. And yet, when she posts a smiling photo in the sun, the world says, too soon. Shaq apologized, saying he didn't mean to come off that way, but the internet didn't care. The clip went viral across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Shaq vs Vanessa was trending, and suddenly the internet took sides, half praised Vanessa for standing up, half condemned her for being too emotional. But no one was asking the real question, why is Vanessa Bryant being held hostage to Kobe's memory while every other NBA star gets to move on with their lives? This wasn't about pregnancy, this was about control, patriarchy, and the uncomfortable truth that people want widows silent, sad, and celibate. The moment they're seen smiling again, or worse, dating again, the world attacks. But here's the truth, plain and simple, Vanessa Bryant owes no one her grief. Whether she dates again or stays single forever, whether she's pregnant or just bloated, whether she cries at night or laughs in the sun, she doesn't belong to Kobe, she belongs to herself. The anatomy of a smear campaign. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rumor that shattered the internet, the one that sparked a firestorm on social media, triggered Shaq's public call-out, and dragged Vanessa Bryant back into a media spotlight she never asked for. Because while Vanessa's confrontation with Shaq may have gone viral, the truth is that clip was just the surface. What the world didn't realize, at least not yet, was that this wasn't some random rumor. It didn't start with an innocent tabloid headline. It wasn't even born out of a fan's blurry iPhone pic from Malibu. This was strategic, calculated, cruel, and worst of all, it came from inside the house. It began with a single sentence in a sports blog post buried 3 paragraphs deep. Sources say Vanessa Bryant has been quietly seeing a young NBA player for months. That one sentence, no names, no dates, no receipts, was enough to ignite a wildfire across the internet. Almost overnight, Vanessa's name was back in circulation for all the wrong reasons. YouTube commentary channels jumped on it, Twitter conspiracy threads exploded, and even mainstream media began tiptoeing around the subject. Soon after, 3 things happened that turned speculation into so-called evidence. Vanessa responded, not with a press release or a sit-down interview, but with a meme. She posted a picture of Rihanna lying poolside, flipping the middle finger with the caption, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant, having fun all summer."
Posted a meme of Rihanna lounging poolside and flipping a bird with the caption that said, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant and having fun all summer."
And that was the moment things spiraled, because rather than shutting down the rumors, it poured gasoline on the fire. Men online, particularly those who clung to the fantasy of women as eternal widows, took this as an insult, not a clarification. They didn't care that she said she wasn't pregnant, they cared that she dared to be happy while not being pregnant. But again, where did the rumor actually come from? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear hasn't been covered by TMZ, ESPN, or even the YouTubers cashing in on the drama. After weeks of digging, we uncovered the source that first sparked the Whisper campaign. A former family associate, someone with access to Vanessa's inner circle, leaked vague but pointed details about her attending private events, being seen with a younger man, and taking precautions to protect her privacy. And guess who this insider is connected to? An ex-Nike executive who worked directly with Kobe before the Mamba brand separation, the same executive who allegedly felt burned by Vanessa after she pulled Gigi's shoe release and accused Nike of launching designs without her blessing. Vanessa Bryant slams Nike for releasing Gigi's shoe without her consent. What does that have to do with pregnancy rumors? Everything. Because once Vanessa cut ties with Nike, there were people who wanted her name tarnished, not because she did anything wrong, but because she was a woman who stood up to a billion-dollar company and refused to let her daughter's name be commodified. So, when the time came for payback, they didn't go after her finances, they went after her dignity. They went after her reputation. They went after her body. According to a leaked DM sent to a celebrity gossip blogger just days before Shaq went live, the player in question wasn't just young, he was a Lakers rookie. Jovan Mitchell, 22, drafted late, benched most of the season, known more for his flashy lifestyle than his stats. Now, to be absolutely clear, there is zero confirmation of any romantic link between Vanessa and Jovan Mitchell, no photographs, no screenshots, no statements. But the timing of this leak was convenient, because just 3 days earlier, Mitchell posted a now-deleted Instagram story at the same Malibu villa where Vanessa was seen days before. Add to that the fact that Mitchell is signed to a sports agency representing multiple ex-Lakers, and suddenly the whispers start to take shape. In another podcast that went viral in the days after the Shaq Live, several male hosts discussed the pregnancy rumor like it was fact. They openly mocked Vanessa for not staying loyal, accused her of getting knocked up for clout, and even used the phrase, "That better be Kobe's frozen sperm, otherwise, it's a slap in the face to the Mamba."
I mean, it's an unspoken rule, amongst in the community.
What's the rule?
What community? Listen, the community that I'm.
The source that sparked the Whisper campaign, a former family associate, someone with access to Vanessa's inner circle, leaked vague yet pointed details about her attending private events, being seen with a younger man, and taking steps to protect her privacy. And guess who this insider is connected to? An ex-Nike executive who worked directly with Kobe before the Mamba brand split, the same executive who allegedly felt betrayed by Vanessa after she pulled Gigi's shoe release and accused Nike of dropping designs without her approval. Because once Vanessa severed ties with Nike, there were people who wanted her name dragged through the mud, not because she did anything wrong, but because she stood up to a billion-dollar company and refused to let her daughter's name be commodified. So, when it came time for payback, they didn't attack her finances, they went after her dignity. They went after her reputation. they went after her body. According to a leaked DM sent to a celebrity gossip blogger just days before Shaq went live, the player in question wasn't just young, he was a Lakers rookie. Jovin Mitchell, 22, drafted late, benched most of the season, known more for his flashy lifestyle than his stats. Now, to be absolutely clear, there is zero confirmed evidence of any romantic connection between Vanessa and Jovin Mitchell, no photos, no screenshots, no statements. But the timing of the leak was suspicious, because just 3 days earlier, Mitchell posted a now-deleted Instagram story from the same Malibu villa where Vanessa was spotted